December is my favorite month of the year. That's when we celebrate Christmas, and Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. And for all you old schoolers, the winter solstice. And for you new schoolers, Festivus. No matter what you celebrate, there is no getting around the holiday specials at this time. We got the Grinch, Rudolph, Shrek, and Frosty the Snowman. These Christmas specials are interrupting my favorite program. Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's bringing good old Charlie Brown. We got the Grinch, Rudolph, Shrek, and Frosty the Snowman. I really should finish that song. Now, there's only a few animated Christmas specials that survived through the years that are actually shown on network television. You know, ABC, NBC, CBS, the DC Universe, Fox, all have had Christmas specials throughout the years. They all come and go, but most decades are represented. Well, not the 80s and 90s for some reason. But at the turn of the century, we got a whole slew of new Christmas classics. So I'm going to count down my favorite to least favorite Christmas specials of the turn of the century. I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice. You're going to find out which specials are naughty or nice. Here is my naughty list. Now, I have to warn you, there's going to be spoilers, and there's a couple rules that I need to set. 1. They must be a Christmas special, not a Christmas episode. So that animated Christmas special from Community, that doesn't count. They must be on network television. That means ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, and DC Universe. So no Cartoon Network, no Freeform, no Nickelodeon, no Disney or Disney XD, and My Little Pony Central. So a Miser Brothers Christmas? You're out. And all specials on this list will be from 2000 to 2016. Also, no specials that aired on Saturday mornings. They must have premiered in prime time. And no animated movies. Maximum length, 1 hour. And they must be cartoons. That's a must. Sorry, Michael Bublé, but you don't count. I'm going to be judging on how well they use the holidays. That's if the holidays are prominent in the special. Is this special the whole family can enjoy watching? A long-lasting special is one that actually grows with its audience. So there's something for kids and something for adults. I'll be judging jokes, I'll be judging song, and judging on atmosphere. Now, if you enjoy these specials, that's fine. Everybody has a right to like their own thing. I'm just telling you my opinion and my opinion alone. But hopefully I give you some sort of new insight to these specials. So without further ado, here's my turn of the century cartoon classic naughty list. Number 8. How Murray Saved Christmas. This is an enjoyable, albeit dated Christmas special. It was kind of dated when it first came out in 2014. It has an interesting plot device with all the holiday mascots living in one community. So, Nightmare Before Christmas was wrong. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was wrong. I was completely wrong about that. And how about this? It's made in 2014 and it's in 2D animation. Well, more than likely some really good Flash animation. Murray is a bitter old mascot representing Milkman Day. I told you there would be spoilers. But Milkman Day isn't celebrated anymore. That's why he's bitter. On top of that, an elf named Edison knocks out Santa with one of his toys, thus putting Christmas in danger. So who's gonna drive Santa's sleigh? Who's the perfect guy to deliver toys? The old Jewish man delivering from his diner. And then we get into another variation of How Ernest Saves Christmas. It's where we see Murray's adventures replacing Santa. Boy, this would have been great if a Flintstone Christmas didn't exist, or the Santa Claus didn't exist, or How Ernest Saves Christmas didn't exist, or how we have other shows and cartoons that have characters replacing Santa and we get to see how they do replacing Santa. This is an old, tired trope. Now, most of the story is in rhyme, and a lot of the rhymes don't work.
I'm just sitting here quietly, making a racket. I'm Edison Elf. I'm a bit of a tinkerer.
Kid, as a tinkerer, you are a stinkerer.
There is really nothing innovative or original about this special, but it's still a fun special until we get to the end. That song that shouldn't be there, the song that's only there for padding, the song that gets awkward at times, the song that basically says, hey, characters just do whatever. It's not really important to the story. I think that song took about 15 minutes, too. And that's another problem with the special. It's an hour long. It doesn't have to be an hour long. This should have been a half-hour story. And the only reason why it's so long is because of the songs. And the songs aren't really all that good. But somebody at NBC decided, hey, let's make it an hour-long special because all the classic specials are an hour long. Because of all the pop culture references, I say the special has a shelf life of only 5 years at best. It's not the best special, and it's not the worst special. It's average.
I ruined Christmas. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. Actually, it is. I've done the worst thing in the world.
Number 7. DreamWorks Dragons, The Gift of the Night Fury. This is a fun special. You have the mystery of the dragons leaving, the interaction with most of the characters, the astounding visuals, and the surprise with the baby dragons. So what's the problem? Well, first there's the made-up holiday of Snaggletooth, which isn't a real Norse holiday. If anything, it should have been Jule or Yule, which is another winter solstice holiday. But the biggest problem with this story is it could have been told without the holiday. We don't even know what this holiday is about. Sure, we get glimpses here and there, but really, putting gifts in helmets are all we get. And Astra trying to start new traditions to help forget the sadness of the dragons leaving doesn't work because we don't even know the old traditions.
Aww. The eggs explode? The eggs explode!
Now, there's no message with this one. It's just a great episode of the Dragons TV series with better animation and a made-up holiday that has no importance to the plot. Number 6. Toy Story That Time Forgot. Boy, oh boy, this special. Let's get this one out of the way. This is not a Christmas special. This is a toy commercial. It has a Christmas tree and an ornament, and other than bringing up Christmas at the 16-minute mark of the special, which they quickly drop, this cannot be classified as a Christmas special. Now with that aside, this is a fun special. When it comes to the Battlesaurs, the toys who think they are real dinosaurs, oh, and Buzz and Woody are there.
The Battlesaurs are not playing. They've never been played with. They don't even know they're toys.
Incredible, isn't it?
However, this story is about Trixie, who I don't care about at all. I miss Andy's room and his toys. Can we go back 20 years and have this special take place there? So, judging by the toys that came out from the special at the same time, yeah, it's nothing but a fun toy commercial. However, it started out as a 6-minute short, but the head of Pixar liked it so much that he turned it into a pretend holiday special. Because of this, the special might not make it after 5 years, and that's the reason why it's on the naughty list.
You've been a busy little tyrant, and only 2 days since Christmas.
Christmas.
The joy that you give to others is the joy that comes back to you.
Number 5. Kung Fu Panda Holiday. When I first watched this special, I didn't know what holiday they were trying to represent. It's not Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. And it turns out the holiday is known as the Danzai Festival, which is a winter solstice festival. It's a time for feasting and family. And that is the problem with the special. It tries to pass off another culture's holiday as a common American holiday. But it doesn't work because there's no explanation what this holiday really is. That is why this special gets played very little in December. And then you add the Mr. Ping feeling excluded from Poe's life plot, which, if you watch the series, gets overplayed way too much. And then you have the BS message.
Oh, no, come on, Dad. Don't make me feel guilty about this. What do you expect me to do?
I expect you to do the right thing, Poe.
When Poe agrees to take on the responsibility of hosting the Winter Feast, he also agrees to see the thing through to the end. You cannot shun your responsibility because you feel guilty about not doing what you usually do with your family. What happens when an emergency worker decides that in the middle of an emergency run on Christmas that he feels guilty for not spending time with his family on Christmas and decides to leave during it? When you accept responsibility, you have to see it through or you will lose people's trust in you. Not only that, but Poe accepted the responsibility of hosting the winter feast without really knowing what all it takes to put it on. Now I'm fine with the notion that holidays is the time to spend with family, but that message gets muddled up when you tell kids to shun their responsibilities. Visually, it's beautiful. The acting? Is it bad you can't tell the difference between the movie stars and the voice actors on the TV show? It's amazing how replaceable celebrities are when it comes to voice acting, with the exception being Robin Williams. Also, you have the suicidal rabbit too. Don't do what he does, kids. Don't do what he does. Number 4. Hoops and Yo-Yo ruin Christmas. Here's the problem with a lot of current Christmas specials. They do not stick to one story when it comes to the origins of Santa. When one of the biggest holiday specials, Santa Claus Coming to Town, entire plot revolves around this concept, you might want to avoid retelling it. It just makes children believe that Santa isn't real much faster. However, this is a delightful, heartfelt story of Kris Kringle and how he becomes Santa. Kris is likable, and so is his journey. The animation isn't that bad. Well, some parts are, but there are others that are great. But then we get to the biggest problem with Hoops and Yo-Yo ruins Christmas, and it kind of ruins the special. It's Hoops and Yo-Yo! Loud, obnoxious, and out of place. And the yelling. They are yelling all the time. And they aren't funny.
Where are we? Where's Santa Claus?
Oh, we are in so much doo-doo, man. Okay, everybody! Let's just calm down now!
This special could have stood out alone as a great special with the story of Kris Kringle. But you add these two who, let's face it, after breaking the toy, added nothing to the story outside of being obnoxious. And then there is their animation. While the flash animation on most of the characters are questionable and others amazing, Hoops and Yo-Yo are the worst. I understand that Hallmark wanted to include some familiar characters to the story to help with the familiarity, but Hoops and Yo-Yo ruined what could have been a Christmas classic. They might have been better off with Maxine.
That's it! I'm done! I'm cold! I'm freezing!
What?
Number 3. Why? Why is this special played every year? It's the only special that CW plays on a regular basis. Until now, I have never been able to make it through this special without throwing something at the television and shutting it off. My poor laptop. Now, I don't mind the song that this special is centered around. Yes, it's kind of stupid, but honestly, so is Rudolph. The acting is horrible in this, especially from Cousin Mel. The writing is so generic, and the comedy is forced. And every cliche is here. The sassy grandma, greedy family member, goofy parents, snotty teenage girl, Grampers with his tall tales, the stereotypical businessman who wants to buy grandma's store. This special was distributed by Warner Brothers, so that's kind of like pot calling the kettle black. And heaven forbid we ever get to see good businessmen in media. And what's with the songs in the special? Some have no connection to the story whatsoever. And some of these songs are good too, but have no reason to be there and are just padding. The one that is about the plot is so bad you just want to get up and kick the closest thing around you. Grandpa's going to sue the pants off of Santa. It's the most cringeworthy Christmas song I have ever heard. Even when they get to the title song, the characters act out the lyrics. They could have just pantomimed the whole thing. While watching it for this review, I just wanted to turn the special off. It's that bad.
Santa Claus at SantaClausIsReal.com.
Santa may be real, that website is not. The voice acting is awful, but as always, I can't blame the actors themselves. I can blame the script, and I can blame the directors. Even the directors, Jenny McSwain and Sue Blue, do amazing voice direction outside of this special, which means the problem is the script. The script is boring with uninteresting characters, songs that have no connection to the plot, and the script is just lazy. The only reason why this is still airing on the CW is because the CW has nothing else for Christmas.
Reindeer nip, not again!
Number 2. Ice Age, A Mammoth Christmas. So, I'm gonna be that guy. The cast of Ice Age celebrating Christmas makes no sense. We have holiday specials celebrating winter holidays and made-up holidays. But this one celebrates Christmas at a time where there was no Christmas. They even have Santa. This makes no sense. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this special seem somewhat interesting because it's not. This is Ice Age. This is from a movie series that should have been done 4 movies ago. We have 7 movie-based specials on both the bad and the good list, and this is the worst. There is no effort put into the animation or the dialogue. There's no heart in this special. This is just banking on the popularity of Ice Age. And it constantly contradicts itself. Prancer the reindeer tells the others that the North Pole is too far away, so he flies them there, while Minnie, Ellie, and Diego walk there on foot in record time. And then we meet Santa. While there are other humans in the Ice Age movies, they aren't exactly, this. I mean, come on! Some continuity would be nice here. So they ruin Santa's, circle of ice? And then Manny yells at a bunch of recolored Sids for not helping. That tells you how lazy the special is. Oh, and this is the first time Manny meets these things. If anything, it should be Peaches that scolds them. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer may be bad, but at least some effort was put into it. This is the most phoned-in, heartless, laziest, sloppily written Christmas special in the 2000s. And that's saying a lot. And we're not done yet. This is the only animated Christmas special that Fox puts on each year. Remember when Fox had Annabelle's Wish and all of the other reindeer? The Life with Louie Christmas special? And Santa Baby? We'll get to that one, but many people aren't going to be happy with me reviewing that one. Remember those? Why didn't Fox continue to air those during Christmas? At least attempt to make a holiday classic and attempt to make them last throughout the year. This is just 12 monkeys banging on typewriters.
Flight.
And the number 1 worst turn-of-the-century animated Christmas special is The Elf on the Shelf, an elf story. Man, this one is disappointing. It starts off promising enough, but then it becomes apparent that this is nothing but a 30-minute commercial for the Elf on the Shelf book. We meet Chippy, the elf who is supposed to restore the Christmas spirit in a little boy. And boy, oh boy, that boy is a forced character.
If you say so.
The minute we meet him, I want to smack him. He is that grating on your nerves. The plot makes no sense as Chippy tries to restore the belief in Christmas and Mr. Smackable just by moving around next to reminders. That's it! Oh, and the boy touches Chippy and Chippy becomes ill. And then he becomes emotionally ill because he couldn't help the brat by sitting around and doing nothing. It took Chippy disappearing for the boy to start believing again. The elf does nothing but move around and we're supposed to believe that the boy has feelings for the elf? Then the special tries to force the feels on you with a heartfelt song. This is a special that does not work because it tries to manufacture a feeling just so you will buy a book and a toy. One of the biggest problems with this special? Prep and Landing came out first. And unlike this, both Prep and Landing specials feel genuine. It wasn't trying to sell toys. This is a special that needed a lot of rewrites. Also, that first song that has nothing to do with the plot? Maybe forget what the plot was. The reason why this is the #1 worst Christmas special above Ice Age is because the characters actually did something in Ice Age. This is just sitting around and then complaining about the boy and then sitting around some more, complaining about the boy. And really all Chippy did was leave and then the boy is fine. And all this stuff I said about Ice Age being phoned in, heartless, lazy, sloppy, you can add money grubbing and forced to this special. There you have it. The worst Christmas cartoon special of the new millennium. Now I see online a lot of people saying, well, my 5-year-old likes these specials, so what about you? Do you enjoy these specials? What's the point of a Christmas special if the whole family cannot enjoy it? When making a Christmas special, the Christmas special should be something that the whole family should enjoy. Now granted, the first 4 or so on this list is something that I enjoy, but the last 4 are kind of really bad. And somebody like a 5-year-old would actually enjoy that. And that's simply because their tastes have not developed yet. But would they enjoy Elf on the Shelf when they're older? Do you enjoy Elf on the Shelf? Can you stand Hoops and Yo-Yo? Can you actually get past I'm going to sue the pants off of Santa? Can you actually sit there and stand to listen to Sid? Now, some of the Christmas specials developed nowadays are actually geared towards the family, and that's a good thing. But there's a whole other list for that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out who this actor is that's playing this Edison Elf. I'm thinking it's Patton Oswalt, but the voice is a little too generic to be him. The guy really does a good job of acting in cartoons. Let's check this thing out. Sean Hayes? The guy from Will and Grace? Oh, I guess when he's not character acting, he does seem kind of bland. Help! Okay, after all these years, how come nobody has pointed out that none of these kids are wearing pants? Am I the only one? They're out in the snow with shorts and dresses. It's just me, isn't it?
Now that's a silly question. You wouldn't be sneezing if you weren't cold.
Well, just a little.
Then put some pants on! And maybe a hat. Seriously, you're going to die because your parents didn't dress you right.
This is the same Christmas rock I had when I was a kid. It's an heirloom that's been in our family for generations.
Tonight when Santa...
That's a family heirloom, right? Wasn't that kind of lost after the first 2 Ice Age movies? I mean, I didn't see you carry it around, big boy. Continuity! Boy, you suck at it.
Come on, Chippy. Show us.
Bite his finger, bite his finger, bite his finger, bite his finger. Hey, that's some pretty good animation on her. They must have spent all of their animation budget on that.
Santa Claus at SantaClausIsReal.com.
Okay, I have to look that up. Nope, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Because you get a whole lot of nothing.